Chris Sain has a very successful stock market YouTube channel with almost 500,000 subscribers, but unfortunately, he's probably one of the biggest stock market frauds on all of YouTube, and I'm going to show you exactly why in this video. Now, I don't say that lightly, him being one of the biggest frauds on all of YouTube in regards to the stock market, but it's absolutely true. He heavily promotes penny stocks, which the majority of people getting into the stock market should not be investing in penny stocks at all. He pushes options trading as well very frequently. The majority of his audience are people who are just getting into the stock market. If you're brand new to the stock market, you should not be dabbling in option contracts at all. Those are for people who have been in the stock market for a long time and they have a bunch of money, frankly too much money, and they just want to, waste some of it or gamble some of it in options contracts. People who are just starting in the stock market should not be getting involved in options contracts as well. And another thing, unfortunately, Chris Sain does is when he is called out or when one of his plays turns out really, really bad, he will actually remove the video. So unfortunately, I can't show you some of his worst plays because whenever something goes terribly wrong on a stock that he tells people to buy in, and it gets pummeled in the stock market, he will remove that video. And that should be a huge red flag right there when someone starts removing a bunch of their videos to cover up all the horrible plays that they have made. Now, I've talked in the past of other big stock YouTubers like Meet Kevin, Financial Education. I've talked about how even though they say this isn't stock advice, they're in a very gray area because they talk about stocks. They show they are investing in those stocks, and they say, I think the stock is going to do really well in the long term. I think it's really a great play. They don't specifically tell their viewers to buy those stocks, but they're heavily implying it. And people watch these guys. They trust these guys, and so they will invest in these stocks, even though they didn't specifically tell them to. They're in a gray area where if people lose money with their stock advice, because that's what it is, they could potentially be sued. Maybe, maybe not. It's a gray area, but this guy, Chris Sain, does not fall into that gray area at all. Chris Sain will blatantly tell people, you need to buy this stock. You're buying this stock. If it's at $50, if it goes below $50, you have to buy this stock, and we're all going to stay in the stock until it goes to $75, guys. Do not sell until $75. He will tell you exactly when to buy and when to sell a stock. That is blatant financial advice. This guy is in no way a financial advisor at all, has no financial background at all, yet he is giving blatant financial advice on YouTube, and it is absolutely insane to me that this guy has not been shut down or at least sued by someone at this point when he blatantly gives financial advice, and all of it is absolutely horrible. Now, this is his channel right here, and you can look at his videos, and basically all of his videos are clickbait. And you can see right here, I bought 100 shares of this, and you should too. He's telling people you should buy this stock. So what we're going to do is sort by most popular, and we're going to look at his most popular videos on his channel. I already opened up right here. I opened up the third one, the 100K challenge. I have it open right here, and I want to show you that he, in his own words, he specifically tells people to buy a stock. This is financial advice, okay? And he says in the description of the video, not financial advice, but when you're blatantly telling people, guys, buy this stock at this price, that is financial advice. He can be sued for this. This guy is not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I want to show you this right here.
Now, though, I need you to put your investor hat on, okay? Then I need you to grab this for me. Place a limit buy order for $2.15, or if you want to do a market order, meaning when the market is open, the play is moving up and down in real time, you buy this or catch this at $2.30, okay? Don't chase, but I want you in it en route to $5. We're going to have another double up in this. We already been eating good in this, okay? I'm currently sitting at 1,000.
Okay, so to point that out, he's telling you exactly when to buy in, and he's telling everyone, guys, we're going to sell at 5, okay? He's being a financial advisor to people. There is no excuse for this whatsoever. He has no financial background. He cannot do this. It is amazing to me that this guy is still on YouTube, that he has 500,000 subscribers telling people exactly when to buy a stock and exactly when to sell it. Now, let's take a look at one of his picks, and this is actually a penny stock. If it's a stock under $5, generally you consider it a penny stock. ZOM. This is a stock that he recommended like over a year ago. Now, I realize a lot of people have been leaving comments like, oh, the S&P 500 is down big. Over the past year, the S&P 500 is down 13%. Obviously, no one wants to be down 13%, but it's not really that big of a deal over the course of a year. S&P 5 down, only down 13%. Now let's take a look at ZOM over the past year. This is a stock he recommended. It was like 254 when he recommended it, and it's down 71%. And you can take a look at any one of his big picks. He talks about a lot of penny stocks, and all of his stocks are just completely crushed. 24 cents, that is abysmal. That thing is almost complete zero, okay? And this is a stock that he recommended. This is a stock that he told everyone to get in at $2.39, and we're going to hold, guys, until it goes to $5. Okay, so from there, I want to take a look at his most viewed video on his channel right here. It's Options Explained Easy. So he's explaining options to people so they can start investing in option trading, which, like I said, if you're new to the stock market, you should not be getting involved in options trading at all. They're very dangerous compared to stocks. If you're investing in a stock, a solid company, you just buy it and you hold it. And it's going to go up over time. Obviously, the stock market's down right now, but over 5 years, it's probably going to go up if it's a solid company. Options contracts expire at some point. If you don't know what you're doing, you will lose all of your money. So let's actually look at his video. I have it pulled up, and I actually want to break down that this guy knows absolutely nothing when it comes to options trading. So basically, this is the blind leading the blind. This guy should not be giving any advice when it comes to option trading. Let's just take a look at the first couple minutes of this video.
What's up, YouTube? It's Chris.
What's up, YouTube? That's his call phrase. He does that in every video. He uses the slogan of the Budweiser commercials from the early 2000s.
Hello? What's that? Saying that I'm just here to explain options in a simplified way. In today's example, I'm going to use Nike, but the game I give can be applied to any particular stock that trades options, okay? Okay, the first thing you want to do is hit trade. And then once trade pops up, guys, you want to hit trade options. Okay, this screen right here is your discover page. The numbers at the top is nothing more than your expiration date. The expiration date is just the date that you believe the stock will either go up or down based on what you chose, okay? And we'll jump into what you choose in just a second.
Okay, so what he just said was 100% false. So he's talking about these dates at the top. He's saying these are the expiration dates, and what he says is those are the dates that you just believe that the stock will go up by. So basically, if you believe Nike will go up, $5 by September 18th, you buy an option contract, you think it's going to go higher than that. What he doesn't explain is these are the expiration dates that you're buying the call option or the put option on. So what happens is call option, that he doesn't explain this at all in this video. This is his most viewed video on his channel explaining options contracts. What he doesn't explain at all is option contracts expire. So these dates are the expiration date. So on September 18th, if you buy an option contract for September 18th, on September 18th, that option contract will expire. So if Nike doesn't go above the call price, the in the money price by September 18th, if it doesn't go above that, your option contract will disappear and you will no longer have it. Options are not like stocks. Stocks, as long as the company doesn't go out of business or get bought by another company, that stock will always exist. You can hold it forever as long as you want. An option contract has an expiration date, and at that point, after the expiration date, the option contract no longer exists. So if you invest in, and you don't really invest, but if you buy into an option contract and you hold it past the expiration date, if it doesn't go in the money, you lose all of your money. He doesn't explain that at all in this video. He's basically just saying, whatever date you think that the stock is going to go above that price, that just buy it for that day. It doesn't really matter. Just buy it by that day.
But before we do that, let me give you some terms that you need to know before you get going on your journey. The number one term that you need to know, guys, is in the money. You might see it referred to as ITM. All it refers to is in the money. In the money simply means that you are in the money if the stock price is higher than the strike price at expiration.
Okay, so this is fairly misleading as well. I don't want to go too much into detail because I don't want to make this, a really complex video. But in the money, it just means that the stock option, the option contract that you're buying is currently in the money. It doesn't mean that you're going to make money. You can buy an option contract that is already in the money, and you can actually lose money on it. It'll stay in the money, but you'll actually lose money because it will actually lose some of its value due to theta and other reasons. Again, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but he's not explaining that at all. He just says if the option contract is in the money, you make money. That is not true at all. It is completely false. There's a lot more details behind that he does not explain at all. Like I said, this is the blind leading the blind. He should not be talking about options contracts. He does not know what he's talking about at all. Now, despite all of that, a lot of people actually have started to wake up and realize that this guy is a fraud. He actually turned off comments on a lot of his past videos in the past couple of months because a lot of people were leaving hateful comments because his stock picks were terrible. Even compared to the S&P 500, which is down 13% right now, his stocks are generally down like 70-80%. Now, despite that, he actually has a Patreon. This is his Patreon page right here. He has 4 levels, and he has 5,000 people, 5,500 people who are paying him anywhere between $5 and $100 a month to get his stock market advice. And that is just incredibly sad to me that there are 5,444 people that still want to take stock market advice from this guy who knows literally nothing about the stock market. If you go into it, look at any of his old videos, his predictions were absolutely terrible. And this is his he has his own website as well. And you can go to coaching and consulting, okay? Go to coaching consulting if it ever decides to load. And you can come down here and you can see one-on-one coaching consulting, investing for beginners, right? Investing for beginners. He'll teach you everything you need to know about investing, right? And then he has weekly options play. I trade options every week in addition to those I share on YouTube. If you want an option play for the week, this is for you. So you pay $250 a week and he will tell you an option play that you should get involved in. This right here is blatant financial advice. There's no hiding it. There's no saying, oh, this is not financial advice. It is 100% financial advice, and he has no qualifications whatsoever to be giving advice like this to people. It is amazing to me that this guy is not currently in jail. I'm at a loss for why he thinks this is acceptable to be doing this. Like I've talked about other guys in the past, financial education, meet Kevin. Those guys are not stupid enough to say outright, if you give me $250, I'll tell you what option to invest in. Give me $250, I'll tell you what exactly to invest in. They're not stupid enough to do that, but unfortunately, Chris Sain is. And it's just absolutely crazy. Now, Chris Sain, there's a Reddit devoted to this guy, and it's basically completely trashing him if you actually go to Chris Sain on Reddit. And one thing I want to point out is, like I said, Chris Sain will actually remove the videos where he does horribly, horribly bad. So his worst picks you actually can't find on YouTube anymore because he has removed those videos, but people have taken screenshots. And this is one of his worst picks right here. Future FinTech, he recommended it after this huge pump. Now, Future FinTech, if you don't know, FTFT, was a massive pump and dump that actually got halted on the stock exchange. They halted it because there was very unusual trading practices happening in this stock, and he actually recommended it right after the pump, 613. Let's take a look at it right now. Let's see what it has. Again, he recommended it at 613. You can see it's now it's now 39 cents. So he recommended it right here after this massive pump. This was a massive pump and dump. This is where he recommended it, and it has just completely crashed, and it's now worth 39 cents. Recommended it at 613, now 39 cents. This guy is a massive grifter and a massive scam, and quite frankly, not very intelligent if he's saying, pay me $250 and I'll tell you exactly what to invest in. He's being a financial advisor without any of the background to actually do that. I'm at a complete loss as to why this guy still has 472,000 subscribers. It's really a problem with YouTube where you can just make a video talking about whatever stock is hot, and even though you have no knowledge of what you're actually talking about, the YouTube algorithm will pick it up, and you'll get 472,000 subscribers, and 4,000 people paying you, or 5,000 people paying you money on Patreon to tell them terrible stock advice. But there you go. I will have a link to Chris Sain's channel below in the description if you want to take a look at yourself. All of his picks are absolutely terrible. This guy is the worst of the stock market channels on YouTube, far worse than Meet Kevin and Financial Education, and I am completely shocked that he has not been shut down by YouTube or the SEC at this point. But I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Leave them in the comment section, everyone. Thanks for watching.